was gonna say, and so this spiral it goes up to like trauma, and it kind of it's not in the same area as actually, the process of healing trauma. Is that correct?
So it is the process of healing trauma.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
figuring out how to resolve it, essentially. And the
Based on the things that cause you fear or these challenges and pains
exactly.
that come up in your current life. Okay. Lovely. I
Yes.
love this.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the definition of trauma is essentially that the nervous system is stuck in a loop, right?
Mhm.
And so one of the big misconceptions about trauma is that, especially in trauma care, is that we think we have to go back to the original memory. We actually
Mhm.
don't, and there's evidence out there that that might be actually re-traumatizing. So what we need to work with isn't actually the first event; it's what the impact of that event was.
Two of the main things that, kind of came up, was one that like, and I'm sure you know this and you hear this all the time, but like the person ultimately that's able to like heal trauma is like yourself. You're the only one that actually like is experiencing these things and feeling them, and whether or not you consciously remember the memories, you're the one that like has them inside of you. And so being able to have a course that allows you to take your mental health into your own hands is like a very, very powerful way of viewing mental health. Um, I, was actually talking to my boss recently about how I really like I I would like mental health insurance, like specifically, because it'd be great to see a therapist. And it's mostly because a lot of the self-help kind of things, and I don't really know how many there are out there, but none that have ever caught my eye, just really have a very narrow-minded approach, and they're not as engaging. And this is like the first one that I've ever really even seen or heard about that it's a relationship and a communication with your own self, and I think that's really powerful. And especially in a time like now where sometimes it feels like your own autonomy is stripped away a lot with like all these crazy external events. It feels like there's really no control that you have. And like while it's true that you don't have control over those external events, being able to like more gently handle them and handle yourself and how you engage with those circumstances is like really helpful, because there's so much awful things happening right now. And even if it's not like your boss is like doing something, like the news and social media are all over, and like even those things can sometimes be triggering. So just like finding these ways to be able to, yeah, have like a relationship with yourself, and like I said, feel empowered. I think that's a really beautiful thing to know that you actually can help yourself. I think that's really beautiful.